Adrian, this is a crazy, dangerous pursuit initiated out of Fountain Valley. An alleged person wanted in some type of homicide. You can see this this gold Kia has been involved in a very dangerous high-speed pursuit. We assume it's been out of Orange County, made its way onto the 60 freeway, northbound 71. Now we're on surface streets in the San Dimas area, just north of the 210 freeway. I can tell you, as we were tracking this vehicle during the break, I saw speeds in excess of 130 miles per hour. This Kia is just continuing there. So again, units are somewhere behind this vehicle. This car's been traveling so fast, not only on the freeway, but on surface streets. We're traveling westbound. I think this might be Foothill Boulevard or Baseline Boulevard, in that vicinity. Again, north of the 210 freeway, we're on surface streets. Fortunately, we're starting to see this vehicle slow down and drive a little more rationally on these surface streets here. But you can see this individual still trying to evade law enforcement.
And as they go into these streets, it makes it a little bit more challenging to kind of track this person and where they're heading right now. But Megan, again, you had said that you'd spotted very erratic driving. What were the speeds again that you tracked this driver at?
We saw speeds of about 130 miles per hour as News Chopper 4 Alpha was making our way there. You can see this driver just blew through that stop sign. Right now, let me pull this up here. Right now, we're only going about 44 miles per hour. You can see our speedometer there. So fortunately, this driver is slowing down on surface streets. That's where we see these pursuits become so dangerous. When we see those excess speeds on the freeways are wide open spaces. Unfortunately, when we see those type of speeds on the surface streets, that really just invites a lot of issues where we can see those accidents and innocent people become part of the problem here. So right now, turning northbound again, we don't have the streets here. I'm still trying to find out what agency. We know Fountain Valley earlier was involved in this pursuit. They did ask for CHP assistance. I'm listening to Baldwin Park. Not sure if they're going to get on it right now, considering it's on surface streets, but most likely we'll see a city agency right here. Dead end. Here we go. Let's see what this guy tries to do. Whoa, look at that. Driving through a park right now. So this guy really showing the efforts that he is not going to stop at all. And considering this is an alleged homicide suspect, we definitely are going to see a lot of aggressive driving and this driver not complying.
And thankfully, Megan, no one was in that park at the time. People could have been out for a walk. They could have been playing basketball there. I mean, that was extremely, extremely dangerous.
Exactly, and with some school districts getting back in session right now, not exactly sure what's going on here in the San Dimas area school district here, but fortunately we're not seeing any people out there, any children or any school buses right now. So I'm betting school's not in session here, but the erratic driving on surface streets is just going to only invite problems. We still have not seen any law enforcement officers directly behind this vehicle. They may be in a tracking mode. We see that when there's such a dangerous pursuit turning southbound right now, so we may be going back towards the freeway. Here we go. We got some units here behind this vehicle. So we've got about 3 units. I'll try to zoom in with them later. I can't tell if it's California Highway Patrol, but no doubt law enforcement officers are following this vehicle not only from above, but as well as on the ground.
And Megan, again, this driver, very erratic, no pattern. Sometimes you see these drivers, like we were covering a pursuit yesterday, kind of going in circles. But this driver is going all over the map here. Megan, can you give us an idea of the location here? Last time we heard San Dimas area, same? Yeah,
we're still in the San Dimas area going westbound right now. This might be Foothill Boulevard. I believe Route 66, Foothill Boulevard here, just blazing through some of these intersections. You have to think, what is the want for, considering this is an alleged homicide suspect, the desperation of this individual to get away from law enforcement officers is really just going to be dramatic. So this person most likely is going to do what they can to prevent himself or herself from being captured and being arrested by law enforcement officers. So because of that, we see the escalation and the intensity of the driving and really dangerous situations and dangerous maneuvers, just like we captured a few moments ago, driving through a park and a baseball field. Fortunately, it's early in the morning and we're not seeing too many people out there. It's very rare to have an early morning pursuit, but such a dangerous one. Look at that, running right through a red light here, still continuing westbound. We're just north of the 210 freeway coming into Azusa now as we still head westbound here about 68 miles per hour.
Hey, and Megan, Daniela here in Tokyo. I'm watching this live here on the monitor, and the first thing that I see is my heart stops just for all of the people that are walking or driving in that area. What a scary situation this vehicle is putting so many people in. It's just going through these intersections. It almost hit this vehicle here that had to turn into that gas station or to that fast food restaurant. But from what you're seeing, it appears to be a residential area, and you and I have talked about this before. When there's a chase, these drivers, they tend to go in circles and circles around areas that they're very familiar with. Because he's going so fast, it's hard to tell. Can you give us an idea exactly the neighborhood and if it's going around in the similar area?
Daniela, yes. In fact, Daniela, you're probably one of the only anchors covering the pursuit from Japan. Let's tell you about some of that right now. We are in a residential area. My pilot, Aldo Bentavena, is talking to the helicopter, a female suspect. So we are a female driver, rather, a female suspected of committing some homicide here, an alleged homicide. So we're in a residential area. We're on Foothill Boulevard, and you can see the erratic driving as we come up to a red light. She just blazes through some of these intersections. That might be LA County Sheriffs right now. So this is their jurisdiction. Let me pull up sheriffs here on the scanner and see what I can hear them talking about. But sheriffs normally don't get involved in pursuits right now, but you can see right now they are really getting close up into this. They're going to do a pit maneuver. They want to bring this to an end. They've already got authorization to do that pit maneuver. We are coming into Irwindale right now, westbound Foothill Boulevard through the Irwindale area. Looks like CHP or LA County Sheriffs really want to bring this to an end.
Yeah, it looked like they were getting in position, driving much more aggressively as they're pursuing this suspect, and it looked like they might try to pull off a pit maneuver, but the driver seems to be slowing down, and we'll see if they make a stop right here, Megan.
Yeah, we're just west of Azusa, westbound on Foothill Boulevard, west of Azusa here. This is the homicide suspect, so you know what? I'm just going to kind of keep a little wide shot until I can see what the driver is doing. A lot of times they will comply. Other times they play that cat and mouse game. They stop and then they drive away. So now that I just saw her throw those keys outside, that's going to allow me to zoom in. We see that she has her hands up, complying to law enforcement officers. They're not taking any chances with this driver. This driver, she was driving erratically, very dangerous. Fortunately, we did not hear about any injuries or anything of that nature, but she seems to be complying. Again, this is an early morning pursuit. You're watching live images here from News Chopper 4 Alpha. This is out of Fountain Valley, an alleged murder suspect here, wanted from Fountain Valley PD. This pursuit was going on for about 25 minutes plus. Looks like California Highway Patrol as well as LA County Sheriffs, they're slowly bringing this pursuit to a safe end. It looks like this individual now is complying and backing up to the sound of the officers' voices. That's what they're commanding her to do.
Oh, Megan, watching this woman sounds like she's complying. She just stopped after that erratic driving. And at this point, you know, the investigators, they don't know what situation that they're in. If there's anyone else in that vehicle, they will go in and start searching the vehicle as well. And once they start questioning her, but luckily this came to an end like this. It could have been so much worse, Megan. I mean, could you please agree with me and say that our hearts were stopping when she was just blowing through those lights in those intersections and cutting through that grass at 6:24 in the morning, where people are getting up, getting ready to go to work, and maybe taking that morning walk?
Yeah, a lot of people walking their dogs early in the morning, and fortunately we didn't see any pedestrians. You know, I'm wondering if there's somebody else in the vehicle, considering that they still have their weapons drawn on that vehicle, most likely trying to get another person out. I think I see hands right there at the top. I can't tell what that is, but apparently, there it is, yeah. So we do have a passenger, and let me just show you something. Look at those tinted windows. Those tinted windows are all around, and that made it really difficult for law enforcement officials to see how many people were in the vehicle. So again, that female driver, she just may be the driver. We don't know which one is suspected of the alleged murder right now. It could be this male passenger, but regardless, we are happy to see that this pursuit has come to a safe end. Again, we are in the Azusa area. We're on Foothill Boulevard, just west of Azusa Avenue, and you can see that K9 dog right there. That dog would be deployed if that person decided to run. So that's one of the resources, one of the many resources that law enforcement officials have on hand in case they needed it. But I'm happy to say right now, so far we can say this pursuit's come to a safe end. Right now, they just got to clear that vehicle. Officers still have their attention on that vehicle, want to make sure that there's no additional individuals or perhaps any victims in that vehicle of unwillingly who were in that car during this pursuit.